only two ways to learn: mistakes and mentors. Mistakes and mentors. I call it the M&Ms of life. You don't know what you're going to get. When you do not know that mentorship is valuable in your life, you will just go from mistake to mistake, bouncing around. But hear me, and hear me well. There are some mistakes that you never recover from. There's some mistakes that give you a record that will follow you the rest of your life. There's mistakes that you make because of bad decisions that will cause financial deletion of finances out of your bank account every month for years. You can no longer live by seeing what will work. Let's just throw it against the wall and see what works. No, that's not a biblical solution. A biblical solution is to find a mentor. And why do you need a mentor? Because you're going to have enemies. Now you might say, well, Dr. Kreitz, what is an enemy? What is an enemy? Anyone who decreases your enthusiasm for your assignment is an enemy. Anyone who decreases your enthusiasm for your assignment is an enemy. Oh, this is crucial. This is extremely, extremely important. I want you to get this, because anyone who would rather discuss your past than your future is an enemy. Anyone that's obsessed with where you've come from, they're obsessed with your past. You see, enemies are only interested in visiting your history. But favor is in your future when you find mentorship. Favor is in your future when you find mentorship. Now, I've discovered that enemies really are a good thing. I know some people that try to pray away their enemies, but that's not a good thing to do. You must overcome. Now, get this, please get this. You must overcome, because you will be known for the enemy you overcome or the enemy that overcomes you. You will be known for the enemy that you overcome or the enemy that overcomes you. I'm Dr. Paul Kreitz. I'm coming live. Those of you watching, please hit your share button. Hit your share button. Let's pass this along, because I'm giving quality information. And I noticed that we've stopped sharing and we're just watching. I really need for you to hit the share button and let those that are connected with you to hear this. This is a valuable message. This is a very valuable message. Somebody's life is really dependent upon knowing their purpose, discovering their passion, and knowing that when they begin to become successful, they're going to have enemies. But I found there's some benefits to having enemies. They make you more accurate to details. We had a university in Nashville, Tennessee, and every year, because of all the accreditation and all the paperwork and all the things, we were late in getting a document in, and someone took advantage of that it exploited that information to try to make us look like, even after 20 some years, 22 years of having this college, this credible, functioning university, that there was something wrong with us. And it was because we were so busy and so growing that we overlooked getting a document in time. I explained to the people, it's just a document, and that we can get this document in. We can fax it. We can email it. You see, it made me become more accurate. It made me become more focused. My enemies made me sharper. My enemies made me sharper. My enemies can make me alert. They can keep me focused. They keep me attentive to those that are around me. Someone called me today and said, are you aware? Are you aware that this happened in the last 24 hours? And I said, no, I wasn't. I've got a good team. I've got a great team. And great things are happening, and we're experiencing incredible growth. And now I have the knowledge, because knowledge is power, my friend. Knowledge is power. Don't mistake it for a moment. The only difference, please write this down. Please write this down. The only difference between people is what they know. The only difference between people is what they know. And the only real manifestation of successful people, the real manifestation of successful people is how they use their time. Are you using your time for excuses? Are you using your time for playing games? What are you using your time for? If you can click off all kinds of TV shows, then you're not using your time wisely. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of stuff that can be quite entertaining, but you've got to focus on you. You are the product of purpose. You are the product of purpose. So you've got to understand that that when you discover a benefit of having an enemy, you're more selective to whom you give access to. I told someone today that I was very disappointed about what I discovered. I'm going to pull back my access to that person. You see, I increase access, I increase information to build relationship. When I discover as a father that my children only want me as a fixer and not a father, it's quite disheartening. Now, that's not what happened today. I love my children. I love my kids. I love my grandchild. And life is good on the family side of things. Even Elvis the dog is happy at the house. Coming to you from the Lincoln Library here in the Kreitz Castle. And we're talking about your passion, your purpose, and that you are the product of your purpose. You've got to be working on you. You've got to stay focused working on you. You are who people see. You are who people recognize. Now, can I share this with you? Very, very important. If you're going to find someone to teach you and train you and mentor you, I want you to write down this statement. Correction is the shortest road to success. Correction is the shortest road to success. I'm going to be going into a studio here in a couple of days, and I'm going to be recording some broadcasts. One of the local radio stations, talk radio station, secular station here in this market, Jacksonville, St. Augustine Market. God has blessed us with a spot at noon, and I'm going to be teaching what I'm teaching right now live. I mean, making a tape of it, recording of it, but teaching it every day, Monday through Friday. So I'm very conscious of teaching these materials, this information to help people. And I know that correction is the shortest road to success. One word of correction can just straighten you out. Have you ever played golf? I don't play that well. I like it. I like the escape of getting in the cart and getting out with a bunch of friends and running around the golf course and being able to forget things for a little bit and having the exercise. You said, well, if you want the exercise, you shouldn't have the golf cart, and you need to be quiet. I'm going out there not for the athletic training. I'm going out there for the fun and the fellowship, but I love golf. And I first started playing golf, and a bunch of guys were teaching me how to drive the ball and then to hit from the grass up to the green. And you may not believe this, but I wanted to go there. And when I hit the ball, it went there. I didn't want it to go there. And one of the men that was working with me, an older gentleman, came and had me to re-grip, just make a slight correction. A slight correction with my club. And said, look down, focus in, hit the ball. And you know what? That little correction caused the ball to go exactly where I wanted it to go. Please write what I'm about to tell you. Big doors swing on little hinges. The greatest secret of success is correction. Your future depends. Are you listening? Your future depends upon your ability to handle correction. Someone asked me the other day, they said, is that person your protege? Is that person like a spiritual son to you? Are you grooming that person? Are you training that person? They say that you are. They say, Dr. Kreitz, that you know, they're boasting that, you know, that they're a pro. And I said, I don't know. They said, well, you don't know. Why don't you know? And I said, because I haven't corrected him.